Hey everybody, David here. It's been a little bit of a while since I've made a video. Lots and lots of reasons. I've had one illness after another, and it's also Christmas time, and there's kind of 3 birthdays of people that matter to me in that time. And I got a little burnt out with doing city builds. So I thought I'd try something completely different. I have a friend who likes to play through Gmod games, particularly those that are themed around the idea of liminal spaces and spaces sort of behind the scenes. And so I saw a particular map I was watching while she went through it, and I thought, I wonder if I could do that in Minecraft. And it sort of got a life of its own and went overboard, and it's ginormous, and it's taken me 4 months to build. But I couldn't do my normal style of build videos because there's lots of puzzles and stuff and mazes, and if I showed you the build montage you wouldn't have the fun of seeing different areas. You would see the cheats, because you could see me going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and doing those things. So I chose not to do a series showing me doing it, which is why it's been 3 or 4 months since the last video was posted. I'm now going to attempt a tour, but I'm going to try and tour in such a way that it won't ruin the situation if I make the game available for people to play. But either way, I'm really proud of it. I spent a lot of time on it, and it's really refreshed my creative juices, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into doing stuff this year in 2023. So this is what I call the loading screen. Obviously it's not an actual loading screen, it's the area where you start. It's the spawn. Now I made it obviously to make it look like it goes on forever, although if you're really careful you can see the edges, or you can just headbutt the wall and turn around. But at first glance it looks like there's nothing out there other than a bed. Oops, it's nighttime. I made it so that, because there are some levels that are a bit dangerous, there are beds in different places, so you kind of measure your progress by where you wake up when you die. I also supplied food. I should probably get a little bit of food if I'm going to give you a tour. Some instructions, which I will not read because it's more fun when you don't know what's going on. Also, if anyone who is interested or familiar with these certain kinds of Gmod games, this is a watermelon. And I don't know why, but it's in every Gmod map I've ever seen. So, shall we go? Onward. I'm going to cut each area. I'm not going to show you the transitions. And then I'll cut them to glue them together, edit them together. I think that's the right word. So you don't know what area goes after what area and how and where, for the most part. This is Christmas Court. I originally started making this level as a Christmas present for a person who really loves Christmas. So, giant Christmas tree. And most of the presents, if there are any, are food. Just because food is really the only thing you need. I made a bunch of these snowmen, only to discover, sadly, when you do a level over the void, there is no weather, which includes the snow not coming out of the bottom of the snowman. But I think they look cheery. Isn't he cheery? He's so cute. I like snowmen. Yes, I know. Okay. So I put all of these down, all of this snow down manually. This courtyard is full map worth, so 128 by 128 meters. It took me a while. It was fun though. I like the look of it. It reminds me of a like a castle courtyard or something. It's pretty. Also, these candy canes come from Hermitcraft. I actually copied them verbatim. I don't know if it's verbatim is technically the word. Verbatim means precisely the same words, but I mean precisely the same blocks in the same order. So this whole area has towers and all sorts. And windows that only show you a little bit. So well, if I don't close those doors, the snowmen come in and then they all go upstairs and talk. They just hang out. They all go upstairs and they stay there. Right. We have 3 doors. One behind me, one here, and one here. And I'm going to pick one and go inside. But you won't see which one I pick. Neener, neener, neener. And another door. And this one I really hate, because I always get lost. It is an art gallery in blackness. And I always get lost. There's a door there. I love the spider paintings. I like spiders. So yes, it's quite a big space, and it's really easy to get lost because there's all these like pillars, and you can't really tell where they are unless there's some good light around them. You just randomly, I'm not sure if that's a wall or not. Oh yeah, it looks like a wall. It's all very confusing, particularly when you have a really grubby screen, like I do. Okay. I think all black is just as bad as all white. Anyway, I'm going to wrestle my way out of this area and show you the next one. More darkness. And then a faraway door appears. Upside down room. Oh. And the melon is in bed. I loved making this room. I can't imagine how irritating it would be to make this in survival. Because up roofs are, you have to reach out. Like, I can't even touch it. Oh, I can touch that one. So it's a pretty cool room. We'll go back into the darkness. And this is another black area, but you can, only thing you can see are this line of trapdoors, which if you turn around, oops, oh, the space isn't very big. Here, get around, they turn into steps. And you can see another zone. And in the dark, we flick again. And we have a place filled with snow. And jack-o'-lanterns. Battle time! Snowballs! Whee! And boats. I don't know about you, but I like how utterly and completely ridiculous it is trying to drive a boat on ice. It's hilarious because there's just no way to control it. Even when you're like, it's the nearest you get to skiing, ice skating in Minecraft. And then of course you spin around and get sick. It's a very fun thing to play with. Whee! I'll just, there we go. It's easier when you can see it in third person. Nope, it's harder. Okay. Yep. There we go. So we have boats or snowballs if, you know, a player is in a group. Welcome to the winter safe house. There's food and beds upstairs and torches. And there my test, because this is the entrance to the swamp labyrinth. And I won't go in that because it's long and arduous. The last time I play tested it, it took me about 2 hours to get through. There's some food, some soup that you can eat in front of the fire. A big table for friends. I mean, you can't really sit down, but still cute. And then there's ridiculous amounts of food. I'm just going to eat my cookie. Cake. And then beds. Now it's night time. So I've made a new respawn set. Now, made it so that you can cook fish in the oven. This is meant to be like an oven over the fireplace below. I don't know if that works in real life, but still pretty cool. Now I will go down here just to show you a little bit of what it looks like and why I'm probably not going to go the whole way through on camera because it's long and arduous. There's a shortcut. There's a shortcut, but you won't know it because it's hidden. So this is the maze. It gets black very quick because there's no light, which is why there are torches. My suggestion would be to always put a thing on the right side, so it's on the left, you know that's the way you've already gone. And when it's a black end, dead end, block it off with torches. But it's all this, and this entire map is the size of a normal map file. And the entire ceiling drips because there's water above you. Everything is mud. You can't hear it because I turned the sound off. I don't have any money for fancy recording programs, so the program I use, if there's audio from the game and audio from the mic, they clash and they echo and they sound horrible, so I'm not going to do that to you. But you know, in a real game, in a normal game, you hear the gloop 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 noise, and you can't get out again unless you go and fly, which I may actually just do because fly is easy. I will, however, go. There's a part of the map where it's fun. There's an area where there's more things to look at, so I'll just cheat, go spectator mode and find that area and come back. And inside the maze, in the labyrinth, the swamp labyrinth, is an area where you can look through the window at weird things. It is a table and chair with an axolotl in a bucket in a frame, and a bunch of iron golems and snowmen just hanging about. Yeah, the iron golems are on the floor because I kept trying to put them on there and they'd fall. So the most of the floor is actually by accident. Only the ones with pumpkins on them were meant to be down there. The rest fell off their little maze area. This labyrinth is really depressing and very sameness. So I thought at what I thought was the halfway mark, but it was actually about 2/3 the way through, I put something interesting in here. I believe there's another one on the other side, but I can't remember if it's this way. See, it's very easy to get lost. Ah, okay. And I'm probably already lost. Yeah. There we go. Next area to look at is a bunch of lava. I don't think it goes all the way to the void. And the end of the maze, maybe a melon, and a bubble column up to the surface, and a prize. Oh, column. And then you get to finally see sunlight again. Whee! And you can't get back, it's above a column. Oh, way to go back. So, you can get lost in the woods. Oh, there we go. Whee! More melons. Now the winter safe house, the door does not open until sunset. Oh dear, what a shame, it's almost sunset. Okay, so we go on to the next place very soon. And the next zone is an empty area. With doors in random places. There's a door over there, door over there. All sorts of places. Oh, and a random melon. Oh, and another random melon. I'll show you these areas because they flow into each other. Upstairs, and we have a random smoky alien but ugly wallpaper chorus fruit farm area. It's kind of supposed to look a bit like an alien world, except for the melon. It's just supposed to be weird. And the next area is very Gmod. Dun dun dun! Eyeball. There's a particular Gmod map maker who likes putting random eyeballs in places, which tickles me, so I made one. Inside the eyeball is just a light-filled, green-filled place. Ah, okay. And in pride of place, in front of the inside of the eyeball, a melon. Right, so we'll go on to the next zone. And again, I shall attempt to obfuscate your ability to figure out where it is. And the next zone is what's called an infinity zone. I think of it as a Matrix loading screen zone. Now, from the original Matrix, they've got that big white area of nothing. My favourite bit in that is when they say, "What do you need?" "Guns. Lots of guns." But I just finished watching the 4th installment, so it's up in my head. And this is the connected area where we collect our skulls. Skull collection. Even a dragon. Because who doesn't need a skull collection? I'll just... Ah, it's night time again. That happened fast. One of the common thingies in the liminal maps are big bodies of water, and because I don't really have the space for big bodies of water, we just have a few fountains. You can swim, although you got to be careful not to drown. Right. More and more doors. So, I'm cutting again. Okay, another door, another room. A hallway. A giant chicken. That was very funny to make. Cheep, cheep, cheep. If you get the reference, you have to tell me, because I only remember the dialogue, I don't remember where it was from. And of course, the only egg in the game big enough, oh, I guess in this case small enough, but big enough for a giant chicken to lay. The dragon egg. So this is meant to be sort of like a cafe-ish, or like a swanky art gallery that has a cafe around it. So you have the monument to the cheap, cheap chicken, or bird. You have the bar. Probably should have put potions in there. Oh well. And then comfy seats to stare lovingly at the arse end of the chicken. I did not put a tail in, because I thought if you have to put a tail in, you have to put a bum in. So I just leave the bum nice and clear and friendly to all audiences. But perhaps the inhabitants of this art gallery cafe utterly love the famous chicken because of all of the candles. Yes, I am weird. It's okay. It's fun. On to the next space. As you can see the back of that, I'm pretty sure you can predict what the next room is. Another infinity room, and this one you cannot see the door. And this is a very specific reference. Sadly, I cannot make leather chairs in Minecraft, so that's the nearest to a red leather chair I can do. And an old-fashioned TV. Is it tube TV? And my odd way of looking at things, it was always the cat bed TV. My last pussycat used to love sleeping on the top of the big old TVs because they were always warm, and he'd go up there. I think one computer screen in that shape actually died because there was so much fur in the hole, the vent holes, that it overheated and went boink, as they used to sometimes. So there's the more overt Matrix reference. I like the Matrix reference in the Infinity Rooms. Alright, the next room. Alright, another door, another Infinity Room, except this one. You can see the doors. The spiral staircase. Oh. And another melon. Another view of another area, which we will get to eventually. Another door. It is a melon in space. It has a much better effect when it's nighttime, because you just see stars. It looks like the whole place is, you know, a space station. Which I guess it kind of is, because it's in the void, but it's in the void with the sun or moon. So, say goodbye to the melon. And this is the summer. Hello, Froggy. The summer safe house. Inside is relatively similar. We have the fun big table. And stuff to do, candles and things to light them with. Coal and things to cook. And 2 cookers. And water, just in case you need water. And food. And food. And food. I'm sure you can see a pen here. We have a reading nook. I actually like sitting here. I would totally sit there in real life and just read a book. Or listen to one. And each of these has different fun things to play with that are loud. All kitchen-y things, and a music box. And a bed. Outside there's more activities. You have a frog enclosure, where, of course, being frogs, they escape all the time. Like, all the time. So you have 2 activities with the frogs, depending on what you want to do. My friend that I made this for decided that it would be awesome just to let them all out. It was hilarious. So you can feed the froggies and make more froggies. Or you can let them go and then go and try and find them again and put them back in their box. They are very hard to corral, but they are very cute. we have a shooting range where you can shoot with crossbows or bows. And you stand on that. That's 10 meters. And that's 20 meters. I don't know if I'll get the 30. Oh, I got the 30, I just didn't get the light. The target. So if you hit the target, the light goes on. Which is kind of cool. I'm not so good with ranged weapons. In real life and in games. There's a camping area here. The beds, but they're going to pretend to be sleeping bags. Oh, I forgot to put stuff in those. If I put it up, this level up for perusal, I'll try and remember to put something interesting in the boxes and the tents. But there's 4 tents and a fire, and they're for some reason cooking a melon. But there's another melon. Melons are good. Oh, and there's a melon up there too, up on the roof. I really enjoyed doing this level. I tried to capture the feeling of, at least on the American movies, that they have the summer camps, you know. It's a little bit less fun with the dim light. There's no light, no weather in the void, but there is, so in a way it gets dim when it's raining, but the rain doesn't come down. So you can go for a boat up the river if you want, or you can let all the frogs out and put the boats throughout the river, and then the frogs go for a big adventure. There's also fishing lines, so you can go fishing. I kind of just want to jump in and swim around. That's what I do in real life too. Always been a bit of a fish. See, it's quite a long river, not deep, obviously, because it was handmade, and it needed to be not too deep. But it's fun, and there's lots of room to run about. And, you know, headbutt trees. Bloop. Eat cookies. You know, all the usual things. And then we have the second labyrinth, which after the swamp one, I decided to make it very fun. Well, what I would consider fun. So the big hint is it's best to do the swamp labyrinth first. Just a hint. And welcome to the Mini Worlds Labyrinth. So long as you make sure you set your spawn, set your sleeping close to where you're going, it means if you die you can get back relatively quickly. Because this one isn't terribly dangerous. Like, there's no mobs in this level, but this one you can die by dropping into the void. So, welcome to Mushroom Village. And it is directly under the above level, the summer camp. There's instructions, which I will not read. You got all these rooms to explore with chests that may or may not have treasures in them. Here's my version of a fridge, which It's kind of annoying because you have to get up here if you want to have a look inside, which is why there's nothing inside. But it kind of looks like a fridge. It's a cupboard. Kinda. I really love how this level looks. So pretty. And there's another bed, if you want a bed. I've just shown you a cheat. Well, a cheat. Part of the solution. But I will show you no more. Neener, neener, neener. These little houses were really fun to make. Little table and chairs, a little kitchen. You can fill your ender chest upstairs if you want. If you know, once you get out again, you can do it again and again if you want to play the level, and then you can actually like live down here if you want. Although there, you have to figure out a way of making tools. I suppose there's wood upstairs. You could probably do it. You couldn't get to the end though. There isn't an end. There's just void. This is, you sit and you read books. That's all the house is for, reading books. Big cloud and stars. Nice big roomy downstairs. Nice upstairs with sort of attic-y but sleepy vibes. Oh, it's nighttime. Oops. Kick. You need 5 levers to escape. So there's 5 trapdoors, or 5 things that need a lever to open, that you have to find in this level to get back upstairs. I'll just take one of those. Night vision. And more food. There is a butt ton of food in this level. In this whole game, there are just a lot. Okay, the way to the next area is a secret, so I will give you a final shot of this really cool mushroom, if I can just get further enough away from it. Oh, that'll do. Be back in a moment. Okay, we're at the door to the next area. So before we were in the mushroom place. Now we are in the ice place. Nice little dining room. Yeah. Oh, there isn't a bed here. Okay. I was going to click the bed if it was up here, but it's not. I think it's in the palace. If we ever get mobs in here, that will keep the mobs out. I mean, obviously you have to improve the lighting, but that's okay. That is a doable. Whee! Slippy slidey. Whee. And that's another place. And of course, another random melon. I still don't know why there's random melons everywhere, but in the Gmod, but it's funny. And you can see out into the void through some of these pieces of ice. Cookie break. From the ice to the forest, and we can get dizzy by going around and around and around and around into someone living in a tree. There's food and more night vision potion and beds. I like this one. And a reading nook. I'd probably sit in this one. Oh, okay. My head's too high. There we go. I like the vibe of this. It'd be nice to live in a big tree. Or perhaps, I guess, a dead big tree. But a big tree would be nice. And yes, that is the void. This was a joy to make. An utter and complete joy to make. Tree took a whole day. But it's not very much fun in Survivor because I'm very, very bad at parkour. We have another little house with a secret, not terribly super secret, but secret basement with food. It can be the the cool cellar. Is it called a cool cellar? The place where they put things that needed to be cold before we had fridges. There's a sun. And stars. Sorry about any noise you can hear. I have a storm raging outside and a washing machine. Another bed. I like these little propagills. I think they're called propagills. Minecraft scenes. Minecraft. It's almost midnight. Please excuse my brain not working. Mangrove propagills. They're cute. Boing, 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 boing. I'm not avoiding, honest. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I know it's only 2 blocks and I shouldn't freak out because it's only 2 blocks. But did I mention I hate parkour? Knee. And then we get to the irritating. Look, it's even so irritating. I've left an apology. Yes, I suck. I'm sorry. All of these have food. Or, perhaps, one of them might have a key. Might have a lever. But look how many of them are. And guess what's even worse? It's not even just one level. Oh. One sweet berry. Okay. See, look, there's a level here. And there's a level here. So there's 3 levels of box opening. It's so evil. Well, it's evil for me. I'm sure people who are far more practiced with parkour can, and patience and stuff can probably do it, but I don't like parkour. I don't like the void. And then we have the next problem. If this will help, or might not. No, it does not. Okay. So, it took several goes to get this. Knee. Sorry, the knee is a reference to Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail. I had a friend who knew it completely off by heart, and our favourite bit of redoing was the knee, the Knights of Knee. We are the knights that say knee, and we demand shrubbery. And then people in the background go knee, 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 knee. So every time I said something, everyone in the background would go knee, 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 knee. So this is the whole level. This was very fun to make, which sounds bizarre because it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 concentric circles, and the first one is like 20 across, so they're not small circles. But I like how it sort of, if you look at it right, it looks almost like a sunset, like it's trying to be a sunset. Looks different with the night vision on. Sadly, I think the milk was upstairs. But this is the length of this level. It has taken me 3-4 months of design and build. This room was the last. I'll go over here and give you a really good better view of the tree. He's pretty. That might be a better view. The tree took a whole day. Because custom trees are funny things, particularly when they're big custom trees. A little bit out of whack and the whole thing looks totally out of whack. But I think I got it. Although I may pick at it before if I ever release this to people. It's funny how one creates sort of tension with one's own fears and not necessarily other people's fears. Like, I'm afraid of heights. Well, that kind of height. Although I do love doing elytra, flying. So there's a lot of details and bits and pieces, and it's still not exactly what I want. I want kind of, what do you put in the middle here? I mean, it could be a great place to, you know, dance and jiggle and stuff. You know. Impromptu rave, if you have other players. I suppose you could put a desk in the middle. It's pretty. I'm very proud of this. It took quite a long time and a lot of design and a lot of swearing and a lot of falling into the void. And while that's an almost phallic building, I'm quite happy with it too. Whee! I didn't show you the other tower deliberately, because to go into it, I have to show you how to get into it. In fact, I might just go into it off camera and show you what the inside is. And it's a box. But it's a secret about how to get up here. So, tough. And I shall meet you at the top of the maze. I thought of, instead of the top of the maze, I'd show you what's in this big final tower in spectator mode. So you have a lever, you put it up, you click, you open the door. And there's a table with, of course, a melon. And a nice little deck with mushrooms. And then we have another lever. And another den with books and a almost kitchen. The kitchen island. And a library. Probably should have put something in the middle. But it's a lot of books, so books are good. Another lever. And then an empty room with a door. And a ladder. And you get the congratulations room. Yay, congratulations! You found all 5 levers. Woot. And then start. You can't go down because it's a bubble column that only pushes you up. And we're back in the summer camping ground. Sleeping in the camping ground. Whenever I've gone anything that resembles camping, which by the way isn't very much, there's always places where you can put up a tent, or there's a cabin. I usually vote for the cabin because I can't get off the floor, but I can at least do a tent in real life, in Minecraft life. How about we feed some froggies? Feed the froggies! you leave them open, they'll get through. Boop, 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 boop. All the lovey-dovey's. All the froggies making all the babies. Our frogs are so cute. Ribbit. So that is the most of the level. I hope it's been interesting. I hope I've cut it together nicely so that you can enjoy it. It is available if people want to. I'll just go on this side because the door only opens in the daytime on this side. It may be available if people are interested, but otherwise it's been a really fun thing to do instead of making more buildings for my city level. I'll get back into that from here on, but it's nice to stretch the creative muscles occasionally and do something different, you know, just something unexpected. Never done a game level before, but it's been really fun. In fact, it's my first game within a game within a game. So I hope you enjoyed watching my reveal of it, and we shall disappear into the Infinity Room void. Aranitaza.